Okay, UK is a destination for BCom students, for BA students, for BMM students. Here they tend to do degrees such as MIM, Masters in Management. Okay, or maybe something in business, entrepreneurship. Okay, something into finance. Okay, now there is a BCom student who has specialized in finance, wants to get into finance domain. He can go for a master's in UK. Okay, he can also go to Canada, okay, for a diploma program. He cannot go to a university for a degree program, but yes, if he wants to go have that global exposure, the Canadian colleges are open for him, and he also gets the stay back option. Okay, the ROI and everything, we'll talk about that later, but it's pretty sorted. Okay, next, when we talk about the acceptance, the intake. Okay, now I'll just tell you the timeline to how it works. Okay, when you start your application process, okay, it is ideally a year before your start date. So suppose if you are going for fall 23, okay, that's fall 23 means September 23. Your applications will start in September 22. That's when you are applying to universities. And for applying to universities, you need all your documentations ready. Okay, you need your statement of purpose. You need your letter of recommendation. You need your, letter of recommendation is something that your professors will give. Okay, where your professors, wherein they are bragging about you, they're saying all the good part about you, so that the universities abroad accept you, because for them the reputation that you have in front of your professors and the work that you have done is really important. Hence, letter of recommendations. Resume is very important. The things that you have done wherein you just listed. Your transcripts are important. All that you submit 1 year before, in the month of September to I'd say January is the deadline. Okay, ideally the major deadlines would be in the month of November, December, Jan. Okay, and Feb is the last thing. Okay, it's better to apply early than late. Okay, because students who apply early have the benefit, okay, of getting admits early, be it rejection, be it acceptance, they get the results early. Okay, now when we talk about applications, okay, you're done with applications, everything is sorted, you have applied to maybe 6-7 universities. Okay, now if you tell me, okay, say suppose any student, be it a BCom student, be it engineering student, he has a CGPA of say maybe 6 pointer, 7 pointer. Okay, that's an average profile. That's not a very superlative profile. It's an average profile. If he tells me, okay, I want to go to Stanford, I want to go to USC, and I will be applying to those universities only. Okay, what are the chances of me getting an admit? Okay, my friend, it's none. Okay, because because Stanford is not going to take you with a 7 pointer. You have to have the exceptional CADs. Okay, US universities, be it Canadian universities, they don't just accept anybody. Okay, you have to prove yourself, and it is during your undergrad you are proving yourself. You are taking up projects, your internships, your research, publications, patents. I know students, okay, who are 9 pointers, 9.9 pointers, okay, with plethora of research patents under them. They are just very 18, 19 years, and they have 4 patents under their name. Okay, then they have additional internships. Okay, with so many startups and so many multinational companies. Then they have what do they have? They have projects. Okay, the final year project, maybe created an app. Okay, helped someone in the process, maybe created. So I know students who create tracking systems. Okay, in their final years, wherein you create a red bus sort of a thing app, wherein you just book it online and then the bus will come. So such are the minds. You need to be creative. Okay, you need to start early. You can't be telling me that, okay, I've just woken up from my sleep and I'm just a 7 pointer and I want to go abroad. You can't get into Stanford. But yes, if you really have the potential to study, we'll get you placed in a good university. Okay, wherein the growth, the scope will be there. Okay, so even if you're a 7 pointer, it is gettable, but not the top universities. Okay, but yes, we tend to finalize universities that are good for the student. Okay, moving on when the student has, say, suppose applied to 6-7 universities. Okay, why 6-7, why not 1? Because the chances are less. Okay, you might apply to 7 universities but only land up getting 1 admit. Okay, or maybe 2 admits. Okay, and others will be reject, but we don't know which university will accept you, which university will not accept you. We do that. We actually create a tailored university list that will be gettable for your profile, with all the data and all the analysis that we have done over the years. Okay, we know what kind of student gets into what university, so that's where we help. Okay, but university selection is something which is really crucial. Okay, understanding what university is right for the student. Okay, now suppose if he gets an admit, okay, he will, before that he'll have to show finances to the university. Okay, so the student needs to be ready with the finances. Okay, now finances is one thing, but how do you manage finances? Okay, showcasing 40-50 lakhs in the bank account. Okay, students don't have that much money. Okay, but yes, we have NBFCs, we have banks that give loans. Okay, and I would say, as far as I have observed, 90% of students, they take loan and then go abroad. Okay, because they can't fund. I mean, nobody can actually. There are exceptions. There are students who actually fund their own education with parents' money. But in ideal scenario, I don't see students having that much money and wanting to go abroad. Okay, hence these loans, you need to consider them, and then there'll be things like, okay, but I can't repay it. Okay, when you're going to a university abroad, okay, and if it has the stay back option already set. Okay, say you go to a university in the US and you have 3 years to stay back. That means you have 3 years to work. Okay, and the salary that you will be expecting upon your graduation will actually repay the loan, and you will be able to repay the 40-50 lakhs in just a matter of 2 years. Okay, so the ROI is great. You are earning a lot. Okay, hence studying abroad, the benefit of studying abroad is also the ROI, the return on investment. Maybe you are putting in 40 lakhs, okay, or 50 lakhs if you're going to an average university. Okay, but when you are graduating, you are maybe, earning the double of it. Okay, hence that's a perk. Okay, now you need to show finances, so you need to be ready with the finances. So the first step is you collating all the documentation. Okay, then you applying to the university. Okay, then you showcase finances. Okay, once you get your admit. After you get your admit, okay, say they tell you, okay, congratulations, you've got an admit. Now you also will get your I-20. Once you get the I-20, the final document, okay, when it comes to the US, then you have to start off with the visa process. Okay, so visa process. If it's USA, there will be interviews. Okay, there will be again finances that you need to show to the visa officer. How do you show that? You need to manage those finances. Okay, then preparing for the mock interviews. How do you do that? Okay, how do you answer questions? Now suppose if you tell them that I want to stay in the US only forever, you're not going to get your visa approved ever. Okay, they don't want potential immigrants. Okay, they want people who have the intention of coming back. So you need to showcase that when you are speaking. Okay, so then moving on, once you get your visa approved, okay, you go to the US. Now in US you are studying, you have taken your courses. Okay, there are a number of ways to actually even work while you are studying. And how is that? It's through the on-campus jobs. It's through the research assistantships. It's through the teaching assistantships. Okay. Now moving on, when you're done with all this, okay, you have graduated. Okay, you hunt for jobs. Ideally, you will get jobs. Okay. Yes, because of the COVID, there were a lot of mess that happened. Okay, but again, the market has recovered, and people are getting jobs, and hence you can consider this path. Okay, so this was the US thing. Okay, when I talk about Canada, okay, Canada has again two bifurcations. Okay, one is the Canadian universities, and then there are Canadian colleges. Okay, Canadian universities would want you to have the 16th year of education, but when you talk about Canadian colleges, okay, it's okay if you don't have the 16th year. It's okay if you just have 15 years of education, and you can go there. You can do a diploma program. The diploma program is of say 1 to 2 years, okay, and the stay back option again is 3 years. Okay, in Canada. So USA, it is 2 plus 3. That means the degree is of 2 years, and then you get to stay there for 3 years. In Canada, it's 2 year of diploma program and then 3 years of stay back. Okay, even if it is a degree which is of 2 years, you get to study for 2 years, and then you stay for 3 years. Okay, in Canada, if the diploma is of only 1 year, okay, then you get to stay there for only 1 year. Okay, so you need to choose your courses accordingly. Okay, so you can't be taking a 1 year course, okay, only because the ROI will reduce. It will just drop because you just have 1 year to stay back. Okay, moving on, when I talk about Australia, okay, Australia, a super expensive country, even more expensive than the US. Okay, so Australia, very easy to get in. Okay, and the budget actually exceeds 60 lakhs. Okay, and it is 2 plus 3 there as well. So if you are you are studying for 2 years, then you have the stay back option for 3 years. Okay, that's Australia. If you're looking at UK as an option, okay, then UK is 1 plus 2. The benefit of studying in UK is that you just complete your degree in 1 year. Okay, hence the living cost, the tuition fees also reduces. Okay, and then you have 2 years to repay your loan, or maybe to pull in the money that you have invested in the degree. Okay, UK is a great option for MIM. It is great for business. It is great for finance. It is actually a hub of finance, London. Okay, I'll talk about the courses also, where you should be doing the degree from. When I talk about Ireland, then Ireland, again, very cheap. Okay, so suppose if budget is a constraint, you can go to Ireland and do a degree of 1 year. Okay, because Ireland, the degrees, be it any degree, it's of 1 year, and then you get to stay there for 2 years. So it is 1 plus 2. Okay, there are other options also when students look at studying elsewhere. Is they can go to Denmark, they can go to Sweden. Okay, they can do a master's from Switzerland. Okay, there are students who go to Singapore. Okay, students who go to Netherlands, very good for mechanical. Okay, then there is Ireland and Netherlands, New Zealand. Okay, there are n number of options that students have when they actually look to studying abroad. The main country for engineering crowd would be US for sure. It's the primary country that you should be selecting if you are an engineer, or if you are an architect, or if you are into finance. Okay, because when I talk about finance, okay, New York is the hub of finance. Silicon Valley has a lot of jobs in fintech. Okay, anything that has to do with technology. What is fintech? Fintech is finance plus technology. Okay, so the technology that we are backing finance with, okay, from where we are controlling the stock market, okay, the analysis and everything, okay, creating technologies that will actually smoothen the process of finance is fintech. Okay, so that's Silicon Valley, the hub of that's California. Okay, then if there is a tech student, again, Silicon Valley has a lot of startups. Okay, moving on, if you want to get into say mechanical engineering, you can get into Texas, you can go to Washington. Okay, you can go to, again, New York. New York is good for everything and almost everything. Okay, now suppose if you want to get into pharma, okay, Ireland is a great option if you want to study in pharma. Okay, it has 1 year programs, great curriculum, research also is there. So suppose if you want to then go ahead and do a PhD, you can do that. Management. If you want to get into management, then UK is a very good option for management. Okay, for management programs. And what else? Management, UK is a good option, and even Australia. You can go to Australia for management. For math, it's US, because stats. Okay, stats is so math, stats. If you have a degree in statistics, okay, you can go to the US. You will have a STEM designation, so the stay-back option increases to 3 years. Okay, and alongside you can also get into data science. Then data science is something that's booming right now. Okay, what is data science? Data science has to deal with data. Okay, you're coding, you're analyzing a large amount of data. Okay, which also has aspects into so basically you get into becoming a data scientist. Okay, wherein you're coding a lot. Okay. I have a question. I'm also simultaneously addressing questions, but it just went. I don't know how to get there. Okay, so moving on. Now what? Finance done, pharma done. If you want to get into fintech, IT, again, Ireland is very good for fintech, IT. If you want a very happy life, okay, you want to maybe work for 8 hours and then have a life to yourself, farm, okay, go out, chill. Ireland is the place for you, okay. Again, Finland, a very happy country. Sweden, a very happy country. But again, these Nordic countries have a very high % of interest rate, okay, which is more than 50%. So if you're earning 1 lakh rupees, you're giving 50,000 to the government, okay, and 50,000 to yourself. And it also increases as you scale up the ladder, okay. But very happy countries because you are not paying for your education, okay. So the government is paying for your education. You're not paying for your healthcare. You're not paying for your dental. You're not paying for your anything, eye checkup. You get pension plans. You don't work, you get pension from the government, okay. So if you want that sort of a life, so Denmark offers, okay, there's Sweden. We also have a country, Germany, okay, where education is free. So if you are looking at an engineering program, you want to go to Germany, for free, education is free. But understand, living cost is there, okay, so you'll have to pay for your living cost, which is very, very high, okay. But still, you are ideally completing your education within 20 lakhs, okay, 2 years, which is very less compared to other universities, other countries, I'm sorry. Okay, Ireland, again, if I were just to give you differences, just talking about the cost and the country, it would be USA. You're looking at 60 plus, okay. There are also universities, if you are proactive, okay, there are universities wherein you can also complete your education in just 40 lakhs, okay. But you should also get admits from those universities. If I were to name those universities, it would be St. Jose State University, Purdue University, okay, and stuff. So you can, okay, but yes, we need to shortlist universities according to your profile. So USA 60 up, okay. Ireland, it is 20 to 25 lakhs, not more than that, okay. If you're looking at Australia, it is again 60 up, okay. If you're looking at Canada, now if you're looking at a Canadian university, okay, it is Canadian university would be 40 up, okay. If you're looking at a Canadian college, okay, for a diploma program, it would be 25 up, okay. Now if you're looking at Germany, it is 20 inclusive everything, okay, 20 lakhs. Which any other country left? Singapore is good, okay. It's very good for finance. So if you're a finance student, if you want to do an MBA, Singapore is great, okay. Singapore, you're looking at 40 lakhs, okay. Commerce, that's what BCom students, they can go for an MIM degree, okay. Masters in management, they can go for entrepreneurship, they can go for global business management, they can go for accounting, okay, plain management, analytics, they can still go for analytics, which is a subset of MIM. Okay, all these are the type of courses, and the country would be Canadian colleges, UK. Okay, these are the type of countries that you're looking at. What about hardware engineering? Hardware engineering, see, hardware engineering is good, okay, but it's somewhere fading, okay, because everything is software now, okay, and hence we can do the career. I mean, we need to reconsider the career options, see what the options are, and see the scope of the field. Okay, hardware you will get into the US, but what happens is the ROI also matters, right? The return on investment, and if you're not earning a lot, you don't, you're like, okay, I better switch the field. So if you have your options open, you can, okay, you can get into other fields when you're doing some tech job. Okay, but yes, for hardware engineering, it's USA. It's also Canadian universities that are good. Okay, and what else? I just quickly would like to also talk about the difference between masters and MBA. I talked about all master courses, okay, but not MBA is because students, okay, who do not have experience and plan on to do an MBA. Okay, it's actually futile to do an MBA for students who do not have experience, are freshers. MBA is a degree, okay, it's Masters in Business Administration. That means it gets you to the managerial level. Okay, now a fresher applying for a management position is not possible. No company is going to take you. You'll have to slog for 2-3 years, and only then you get to become a manager, right? Okay, so if you do a MBA just upon your graduation, and then you have to start an analyst only, right? You'll have to start with the first position. Okay, only then you scale up the ladder, right? So hence, doing an MBA after 2-3 years of working makes more sense than doing it just upon your graduation. Okay. Whether new education policy will affect, no, it shouldn't. I mean, see, India is actually wanting students to go abroad, and hence they are actually trying to fund their education, have such loans, educational loans, giving scholarships to universities. Okay, there are a lot of scholarships that international students get. Okay, be it small amounts, but if you are applying to a lot of institutions, you will get a lot of money. Okay, through scholarships. So India promotes education. US promotes education. US wants people coming to their country. Okay, you know what? In the US, 33% of the income is generated by international students. Okay, and the crowd, I would say, if there are 100 people, okay, in a class, I'd say 30 will be from India, and the 30 remaining would be from China. So there are a lot of people going to these countries, okay, and studying. And education abroad has become very simple, okay, because of the traveling, because of the accommodation. The transition has become smooth, even because of the availability of network, telecommunication, mobiles, okay, and stuff. So to have that global exposure, to have that extra edge, okay, a degree globally recognized is really important, and it actually builds up your profile. Okay, if you have a experience from a big 4 company, say if you have an work experience from Google or IBM, okay, then obviously the scope of you getting a job here in India also increases, it shoots up, okay, and you get good package even in India then. Okay, there are students coming back, there are students happily working here, okay, upon graduation. Okay, there are students who shift from USA to Canada. There are students who, shift from USA to Ireland. So even all these are happening. Okay, people are getting more global in approach, and that's really good. I mean, so hence, I mean, I actually did not create a PPT, but I was like, I'll just go in a flow and I'll give you all the information that I have handy. And that's about it. If you have any questions, I can address it for sure. So I can let the questions come in now.
Thank you, ma'am. for your illustrative talk. Now I request participants, if they have any questions or doubts, please ask Honorable Ma'am for answers.
Thank you.
Please send feedback form, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah. Hi, good evening.
There is one question. If in abroad, if there is some financial fraud, is there any stage to recover, or is there any law to defend them?
What happened? What happened?
If there is one, my colleague is there who spent rupees 10 lakh rupees for MBA in UK, and they offered him a job at UK.
Yeah.
But after 1 year, they denied to give him a job.
Okay, but why was that?
Yeah.
But he has an offer in hand, then he can do something, right? See, it should be there on legal.
Is there any law to defend them?
But see, if he got the job, he might have got the offer letter and stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
Has he the offer letter?
No. He did not got any offer letter.
That's good. So was it a scam?
Yes. They just denied to give job. They are not able to give.
But did he complete his MBA?
Yes, completed.
He completed his MBA.
Now he is doing job at Goa.
But then he might have got the 2 years. When did he complete his MBA?
I think in 2018.
सर ये एक फीडबैक फॉर्म भरना है कि 2 फीडबैक फॉर्म भरना पड़ेगा, एक अटेंडेंस के लिए और एक सर्टिफिकेट के लिए?
He has completed MBA in 2018.
In 2018, see, 2018 in UK, I mean, there was no such extension period. It was just, I guess, 1 year. Okay. And did he stay back in the UK upon graduation, upon completing his MBA? Or he just came back?
For 1 year.
1 year he stayed, right? And did he work there for 1 year?
Yeah.
He
After
worked
that,
there.
After that, he will not get visa
Okay, so
renewal.
they did not sponsor the visa. That's what I understand. They did not sponsor the visa. So they can actually do that. I mean, what happens is they sponsor the visa and then your visa gets extended. If they did not sponsor the visa, then he'll have to come back. There's no.
Thank you.
It's okay. Any more questions? What's that feedback form? Do I have to fill it?
You have not filled, but the participants are asking. I have posted 2 feedback links at a time, so they are in jumble that which is feedback link for certificate, but both are same.
Okay, understood. Anything else that I can help you with?
If someone have questions, kindly ask with resource person madam. She can clarify all the things, related things.
Yeah. You can also get back to me later if you have any doubts. Through LinkedIn, I'm okay with answering any of your concerns. I'll be more than happy to help you. I mean, if you guys have any doubts.
Hello, madam. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
What efforts India has to make to attract the foreign students?
What efforts India has to make to attract the foreign students? There are students coming in India for education.
What efforts are essential for attract the foreigners to the Indian education?
Yeah, it's basically, so in my opinion, this is actually a debatable topic, okay, but in my opinion, it should be the research, okay. There should be a lot of research happening at the university, Okay, hence now suppose if there is something, now there are students who come from abroad to study Sanskrit, because we are, we have a lot of things to offer here, because we expertise in that. If we also expertise in technology, if we also expertise in maybe engineering, maybe something into business, okay, then why would students not come here also? Okay. We have such good institutions. Okay, we talk, let's say IIT, okay, IIM and stuff. So they are great institutions, and also if other universities try to improve the research happening there, okay, I would short believe that international students would also come here.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Welcome. Packages whether these for a year. So it's for 2 years. Now suppose Ireland is only for 1 year, hence 20 lakhs. Australia is 2 years and hence 60 plus lakhs. Canada 2 years and hence for colleges 25 plus, and for universities 40 plus.
Anybody else? Please. I think now there is not any question or doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am has delivered very good talk on the topic. And
job opportunities in Germany. Okay, job opportunities in Germany. Very good question. Okay, now here what happens is, now suppose if you are an Indian, and you don't know German as a language. Okay, there is a lot of racism in Germany. You might not land up getting a job. Okay, so ideally a student, there are 2 degree types in Germany. Okay, one is wherein lectures are delivered in English, and then there are degree wherein lectures are delivered in German language. Okay, you can apply in the English delivery lectures, okay, if you do not know German. But when it comes to hunting for jobs and you don't know German language, then it becomes very difficult. It's next to impossible. Hence, you should be completing A1, A2, B1, B2, C1 level German when you are applying for jobs. And then C2 is the last level. C2 when you are actually working with the employees. Because even when you are studying, okay, you have to get out of the class, okay, and if you know English and you don't know German, people are not going to talk to you, okay. So that is a very strong reason of students not going to Germany. A lot of racism for international students. If you don't know German, you can't survive in Germany.
any more question from anybody?
सर और कोई फीडबैक फॉर्म भरना है कि अब मीटिंग को लीव किया जाए?
फीडबैक दिए वाला है ना सर, अभी लिंक फीडबैक लिंक दिए वाली है, आप भर सकते हैं और उसमें आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा। सर्टिफिकेट के लिए अलग और ज्वाइनिंग के लिए एक अलग लिंक रहती है, मगर ज्वाइनिंग की लिंक यहाँ कोई मतलब नहीं रखती, खाली
फॉर ऑल ऑफ टू लिसन चीफ ऑर्गेनाइजर एंड चेयरपर्सन ऑफ दिस वेबिनार सीरीज, सो आई रिक्वेस्ट Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir to give his concluding speech. Please sir, welcome.
Thank you Professor Karad sir. Good evening to all and all organizing committee members, including our Vice Principal SD Misal sir, Dr. Sanjay Kale sir, Dr. Dayanand Patwari sir, Dr. Anita Dhole madam, Junior College Supervisors Karanje sir, Shri Udge sir, daily joining Prashant Ogade sir, Professor Ken Kadam sir, just discussed here Dattatreya Chaure sir, and all the participants, those who are joining here daily, including Kiran Chaudhary sir, just he asked the question. It was second day of we are listening from abroad. Yesterday was also there was a episode, means event about how to study in Switzerland. The student which was asking just about the feedback link, he asked before few minutes for me, means before starting the webinar, sir, today's webinar is in connecting with that or is different? I said him that yesterday's resource person was different, today's resource person is different. Both are having, coincidentally they are having continuously with how to study the abroad. So thank you, madam. Here so many participants have joined for knowing from you to how to study outside, what are the fees and what are the conditions. All these things you have explained very nicely. Also you have said about the any problem with them, they can ask you on LinkedIn. So they will maybe ask in future also to you, and it's very best speech. Those who are participating teachers also, thank you for joining in time with your studious lecture. And in future also, if you wish to join here as a resource person, we welcome you on a very other topic also, because we are running this webinar series from last 2 years. We have to complete 1000 webinars with women resource person. Now we are up to 600 or more than 600 nearly. We require 400 resource persons to continue to complete our target. Also we request you to submit just a 2-page summary of your speech so that it can be included in the book with ISBN on this upcoming International Women's Day on 8th March. You are requested to submit within 2 or 3 days, because all our resource persons are ladies, women resource persons. We give a gift to
about the keynote speech and for exchanging information. And this webinar series is going on in a good manner because of the inspiration from your side. So on behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series, I sincerely thank you for this. I also thank today's honorable invited speaker, Fhalak Naaz Mukri, has accepted the invitation of our college and delivered a very nice talk on the topic, which was informative and which will be helpful for the students who wish to study abroad, and also for the teachers, so that to some extent they can guide them or ask them to contact such academic counselors, because of which they can be benefited. And this has become possible because of today's keynote speech. So on behalf of the organizing committee of the webinar series and Shri Kumarswami College Hausa, who are taking knowledge and who are enriching knowledge through discussions and spreading it in the society to the needy people. So thank you, participants. And now I request participants to fill feedback form so that they can have their certificates. And at the end, with the permission of chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, I declare here that today's webinar is over.
सर त्यांचा परिचय आला नाही का? दिलात नाव, कॉलेजचं नाव, त्यांचं पद. ओके, नाही त्याची गरज नाही, ते तुमच्याकडे राहू द्या. मराठी विभाग प्रमुख आहेत का? हो, मराठी विभाग म्हणायचं का? प्रमुख. ओके ओके, करतो सर तयार. हो 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 उद्याचं का? किती वाजता? मग जायचं तर जाऊ मिळून मग. कारण उद्या आमचं ड्रायव्हर येणार आहेत आमच्या जावई बापूंना सोडण्यासाठी. त्यांना थांबून देतो मग मी. किती वाजेपर्यंत? आणि ठरलं तर तुम्हाला पण सांगतो अगोदरच. तुम्ही कुणासोबत जाणार आहे? असं आहे का? अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. बरं 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 सर. हां हां हां. बरं सर. हो सर हो सर. मी उद्या सकाळीच सांगतो तुम्हाला. बरं का सर? ओके सर. मी करून देतो आज. नमस्कार. उद्याचं काही झालं की नाही माझ्याकडून? मला काही लक्षात नाही गेले. उद्याचं पोस्टर बॅनर. बरं बरं बरं. कोणतं आहे उद्याचं? अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. ते आहे का? बरं बरं बरं. चालते मग. आता त्याच्यासाठी काही करायची गरज नाही दुसरं. मला लक्षातच नाही ते. हां हां. ते 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 करतो ते करतो ते करतो. उद्याचं मराठीची तयारी करायची ती. मला दोन्ही वेगळा पोस्टर करायचं का काय ते विचारतो. बरं सर. ओके सर. ठीक आहे. उद्या आपण 10ला जाईन सगळेच. नाही तर नाही. चालते चालते चालते. फक्त कोण नाही त्यांना सांगून द्या. झालं. मग झालं.